Let friends in your social network know what you are reading about. Civil rights icon John Lewis will lay in state in the Capitol Rotunda, his casket resting on the same wooden platform used for Abraham Lincoln. A link has been sent to your friend's email address. A link has been posted to your Facebook feed. John Lewis, civil rights champion and the conscience of Congress, was honored by his colleagues at the U.S. Capitol. USATODAYWASHINGTON. As he prepared for the invocation for Lewis service, Granger Browning Jr. wanted to highlight Lewis' humble beginnings and his life's work on voting rights. His heart and passion was making sure we had the right to vote, said Browning, pastor of the Ebenezer African Methodist Episcopal Church in Fort Washington, Maryland, attended by Lewis' longtime chief of staff. Lewis first visited Browning's church in the 1990s when he wrote his autobiography, Walking with the Wind. He last visited in December when he shared his cancer diagnosis, shortly before the public announcement. Browning said he'd bonded with Lewis on a plane ride to Alabama in March for the congressman's annual pilgrimage to Selma to commemorate Bloody Sunday. During one event, Browning delivered a prayer at the historic Brown Chapel AME where Lewis and other civil rights protesters sought refuge during the 1965 walk across the Edmund Pettus Bridge. Lewis had left the program early because of his health but returned to shake Browning's hand and tell him he loved him. "I shook his hand back and said, 'I love you, too, Congressman,'" Browning recalled. It was the last time Browning would see Lewis in person. Browning last spoke with Lewis by phone soon after the congressman visited Black Lives Matter Plaza in Washington, D.C. in June. "Just for us to get through to pray with him," he said, "was special." Dressed in black and wearing black face masks, Vice President Mike Pence and his wife, Karen, paid their respects to Lewis at the Capitol Monday evening. Lewis' coffin had been moved to the East Portico of the Capitol, following an afternoon ceremony in the rotunda, to allow members of the public to honor Lewis from the plaza below the steps. The Pences stood behind the casket, as cameras clicked from below. Pence served with Lewis in Congress and was among the many lawmakers who participated with Lewis in reenactments of Bloody Sunday by crossing the Edmund Pettus Bridge together. "John was a great man whose personal courage and decades of public service changed American forever," Pence later tweeted. "God bless the memory of John Lewis. May his example ever inspire." Copyright 2020 USA Today, a division of Gannett Satellite Information Network, LLC.